just when it seemed like Chrisean Rock was finally finding peace in her journey as a mother. The unthinkable happened. Her baby boy JR's condition took a turn for the worse. And this time, it shattered her in a way we've never seen before. Insiders close to the family say Chrisean received alarming updates during a routine checkup. What was once considered manageable has now escalated into something far more serious. In tears, Chrisean allegedly dropped to her knees in the doctor's office, crying out, "Tell me there's still hope, please." Her cries weren't just for answers, they were for a lifeline. Now facing one of the most difficult moments of her life, Chrisean is reportedly begging specialists across the country for a second opinion, unwilling to accept that her baby's fate is sealed. And as she fights for JR's future, fans are rising up, flooding social media with love, prayers, and support like never before. What exactly did the doctor say? Why is this update sending shockwaves through the internet? And how is Chrisean holding on when everything feels like it's slipping away? Stay tuned because this story is heartbreaking, raw, and far from over. It was supposed to be a routine follow-up appointment. After months of therapy, developmental checkups, and late nights researching every possible treatment, Chrisean Rock had finally started to feel like she was gaining control of her son JR's diagnosis. The weight of knowing that JR's condition was permanent had already changed her. She'd pulled back from the chaos, redirected her energy, and began fighting quietly but powerfully for her child's future. But on this particular morning, something shifted. Chrisean arrived at the clinic in her usual oversized hoodie. JR bundled up in a stroller beside her, his hearing aid barely visible beneath his tiny blue beanie. She greeted the staff with a tired smile, took her seat in the familiar waiting room. The nurse called them in. The checkup began like any other. Reflex tests, eye tracking, balance, evaluation, and speech response. JR, who had recently started showing progress with vocal reactions, was noticeably quieter. He didn't smile as much. He didn't follow the bright toy with his eyes like he had before. Chrisean noticed immediately. She tried to stay calm, but she felt something off. Something in the doctor's energy. Something in the silence between each test. Then the doctor looked at her with a face she'd seen once before. The same one he gave her when he first told her Junior had a permanent condition. And in that instant, Chrisean knew something had changed. "There's been a regression," he said gently. JR's responses are not where we expected. In fact, some of the progress we noted last month appears to have slowed or reversed. The words hit like a freight train. Chrisean's breath caught in her throat. Her hands started to shake. She asked, "What does that mean? Is it permanent again?" "Worse than before." The doctor hesitated. "There's a chance his condition is evolving. We need further testing to determine if there's a secondary neurological factor. It could be progressive. And if that's the case, the window for early intervention could be narrowing." That's when Chrisean broke. She scooped up Junior, held him tight to her chest, and started sobbing right there in the office. "He was doing good. He was doing so good," she cried. "You said he was responding. You said he was improving. What do you mean? It's getting worse." The doctor placed a hand on her shoulder, explaining that sometimes children with congenital hearing loss or developmental delays can experience plateaus or declines that aren't fully understood until further neurological scans are done. He urged her to remain calm and schedule an MRI and EEG immediately. But calm was out the window. This wasn't just a setback. This was a new storm. Back in the car, Chrisean couldn't even drive. She sat in the parking lot, clutching her son, begging the universe for mercy. The woman who once dominated stages in reality TV now sat quietly in the front seat, whispering prayers and promises to her baby boy. Later that evening, she returned home and turned to what she knew best. The camera. She didn't glam up. She didn't put on a show. She went live with swollen eyes, no makeup, and a heart that was visibly broken. "I'm tired, y'all," she said. "I'm trying. Doing everything they tell me. Therapy, supplements, exercises, everything. But today, they told me, it might be worse than we thought. The chat flooded instantly. Fans begged for details. Others sent waves of love. Some even offered doctors, clinics, and medical contacts from all over the country. But Chrisean was still trying to process the news herself. I asked for a second opinion. I called 2 new hospitals already. I ain't giving up on my son. Don't care what they say, I know he's strong, he's smart, he's gonna fight. And with that, a movement began. The hashtag prayers for GR began trending on X, formerly Twitter. Celebrities, influencers, and even strangers started posting photos of their children with similar conditions. Moms from around the world reached out with words of strength. One mother wrote, "My daughter has cerebral palsy and hearing loss. She didn't walk until she was 3, and she didn't talk until she was 5. Now she's in school and thriving. Don't give up." Another said, "Chrisean, don't let this break you. Sometimes the scariest updates are just part of the process. Fight like only a mama can." But not everyone was kind. Critics came out of the woodwork, questioning everything, from Chrisean's past to her fitness as a mother. Some posted old clips of her drinking while pregnant, using them to suggest she brought this on herself. It was cruel, was relentless. But this time, Chrisean didn't clap back. She posted a screenshot of Junior sleeping peacefully in her arms with the caption, "This is all I care about. Keep talking," and that silence spoke louder than any comeback ever could. Over the next 24 hours, Chrisean contacted 2 top pediatric neurologists, one in Atlanta and one in New York. She scheduled appointments, shared JR's files, and even began arranging travel for an emergency second opinion. Her rep confirmed. She's doing everything possible to understand what's happening. She's not looking for pity, she's looking for answers. Meanwhile, insiders say that Blueface was made aware of JR's medical update, but once again remained silent. No post, no call, no visit. One person close to Chrisean said she doesn't expect anything from him anymore. She's not even angry. She just knows this isn't his battle to fight. And in many ways, that's what makes this story so powerful. Because Chrisean Rock, a woman constantly labeled out of control, is now one of the most vulnerable, relatable, and determined mothers in the public eye. Her breakdown wasn't a weakness. It was human. Her tears weren't drama. They were real, and her decision to seek another opinion. That's not panic. That's parenthood. In part 2, we'll explore the behind-the-scenes reaction from Chrisean's inner circle, what fans are doing to support her financially and emotionally, and the major celebrity who just stepped up to offer help when she needed it most, as word of JR's declining conditions spread online. Chrisean Rock's support system began stepping in quietly and fiercely. The public saw the tears live. They saw the heartbreak in her voice. But what they didn't see was how her circle, the real, loyal few who had watched her fight alone for months, were now going into battle alongside her. First was T, Chrisean's longtime assistant and one of the few people who's never left her side. "We're getting on a plane if we have to," T told her the night of the diagnosis. "I don't care where the answers are, we're gonna find them." The very next morning, T helped Chrisean submit JR's full medical records to Columbia Children's Health Center in New York and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, CHOP, 2 of the top institutions for pediatric neurology in the country. Both clinics confirmed receipt and offered to expedite appointments due to the severity of JR's case. Meanwhile, Dr. Ramirez, the pediatric specialist they were already seeing in LA, agreed to consult directly with the new teams and prepare JR's files for transfer. Chrisean wasn't waiting on hope. She was building a new plan step by step. But behind all that movement was exhaustion. Friends say she was barely sleeping, constantly on the phone with nurses, filling out paperwork, arranging JR's therapy schedule, and trying to stay composed. In front of her son, she cries in private now, a source said. She holds Junior like everything's fine. then go to the bathroom and break down. But she never lets him see her scared. The emotional pressure was real. But something even more unexpected happened next. The fans stepped up in a way no one saw coming. Within 48 hours of her live stream, a GoFundMe was created, not by Chrisean, but by a supporter who simply wanted to help. The goal was modest, $10,000 to support JR's travel and therapy costs. By the end of day 1, it had already passed $35,000. By day 3, over $100,000 and climbing. Thousands of messages poured in. This is for Junior. Keep fighting. Amma. From one special needs mom to another, you're not alone. Even if it's $5, we got you. Chrisean posted on her story, I didn't ask for anything, but y'all showing up for my baby like this means the world. Every dollar's going to his care. And she wasn't lying. She started scheduling new therapies, sensory integration, early speech therapy, motor function strengthening, and a holistic nutritionist. Not to mention travel accommodations for the New York and Philly consultations. But while the fans were showing up, one question lingered across social media. Where is Blueface? His silence was deafening. Not a single post acknowledging the update. No donation, no public support. It's just the usual trolling on his page, unrelated to Junior or Chrisean's pain. And then came the shade. In a now-deleted tweet, Blueface wrote, Some people do anything for a sympathy check. Fans exploded. Your child is sick, and this is what you're tweeting? You don't deserve to be called a dad. No wonder Chrisean doing this alone. But for once, Chrisean didn't say a word. Not because she was scared, but because she was too focused on what really mattered. She's done wasting energy on him, a friend said. She used to fight to get his attention. Now she fights to protect JR's peace. And just when it seemed like she was completely alone in the celebrity world, a surprise call came in. Cardi B, yes, it's a Grammy-winning rapper and mother of 2, personally reached out to Chrisean after seeing the live stream. According to insiders, Cardi sent her a private voice memo, offering support, advice, and even contact with pediatric experts she's worked with. You, a real one. Chrisean, Cardi said in the message. I know this mama pain. If you need anything, anything hit me. The moment reportedly brought Chrisean to tears. She shared a screenshot of Cardi's message with just 3 words. God is real. From that moment, something shifted in Chrisean. Her posture changed. Her voice, though still emotional, had a new sense of direction. She was done spiraling. She was strategizing now. She canceled 2 bookings, pulled out of an event appearance. And when asked why, she simply said, my son is my only reservation right now. Meanwhile, fans kept organizing too. A group of supporters created a digital prayer chain where thousands of people lit candles and submitted photos of their kids, wearing blue in solidarity for Junior. The movement became so viral that even the Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked picked up the story. The headline read, Chrisean rocks fans turn up in support after JR's condition worsens. This love is real, but not everyone believed the hype. Whispers from behind the scenes claimed some industry executives were already pulling back on deals with Chrisean, fearing her emotional state was becoming a liability. One anonymous source leaked. Some brands are nervous. They don't want to back someone going through this kind of trauma publicly. But that didn't faze her either. They can keep their checks, Chrisean told a friend. My son's healing is the only brand I care about. And just when people started speculating whether she was strong enough to keep going, she proved once again why this is a different Chrisean. In a clip posted the next morning, she filmed Junior reaching for a toy during therapy, making sounds. Again, after days of regression. It wasn't a full recovery, but it was a spark, a sign of fight. Look at my baby trying to come back, she said with a smile. Y'all keep praying. God ain't done with us yet. And fans responded immediately. This is the hope we needed. Junior is stronger than all of us. You're not alone, Chrisean. In part 3, we'll explore Chrisean's visit to New York for JR's second opinion, the doctor's surprising findings, and the powerful message she shares with the world that leaves even her critics speechless. The lights of New York City were bright as ever. But for Chrisean Rock, the city wasn't about fame this time, it was about hope. After days of emotional breakdowns, overwhelming support, and nonstop pressure, she finally landed in New York with baby Junior to meet a new team of pediatric specialists. She didn't bring a glam squad, no entourage, no chaos. Just her son, his medical files, and a heart filled with equal parts fear and faith. The clinic she chose was known for its groundbreaking work in treating complex neurological cases, a place where miracles sometimes happen. But Chrisean wasn't banking on miracles. She was here for answers. She walked into the Children's Neurological Research Center early in the morning, bundled Junior close, and kept her head down. There were no paparazzi, no press, just a mother, trying to hold herself together. The evaluation lasted 3 hours during that time. JR underwent a full MRI scan, sensory response monitoring, and an advanced developmental screening. The team of doctors reviewed the previous diagnosis and compared it with the new scans. And then came the moment of truth. We reviewed JR's scans, and while his hearing loss is still consistent with the original findings, the lead neurologist said there's new inflammation along certain pathways in the brain. It's not necessarily permanent, but it is serious. Chrisean's heart stopped. She held Junior tightly, bracing for the worst. But then came something she hadn't heard in weeks, a glimmer of hope. With aggressive therapy and the right support system, the doctor continued, we believe JR's development can stabilize, maybe even improve. Chrisean burst into tears again, but this time with relief. For the first time in days, someone wasn't telling her that Junior was regressing permanently. They were saying, there's a path forward. The doctor explained that JR's previous drop in responsiveness might have been caused by a combination of inflammation, overstimulation, and emotional fatigue, all manageable conditions if caught early. The treatment plan would be rigorous. Weekly speech and hearing therapy, neurological monitoring every 30 days. New diet plan to reduce neuroinflammatory time medication to support cognitive processing and full-time parental involvement. Wasn't a cure, wasn't magic, but it was a chance. And that's all Chrisean needed. She thanked the team through sobs, held Junior close, and stepped outside into the cold New York air, this time standing taller than before. Because this wasn't the end of JR's fight. It was a new beginning. That same night, Chrisean went live, not to vent, but to inspire. Her eyes were still tired, but her voice carried purpose. I flew all the way across the country just to hear there's still hope. And now I'm telling y'all, don't give up. No matter what they say, no matter how dark it gets, fight for your babies. The chat exploded with comments. We love you, Chrisean. JR's a warrior. From tears to triumph, this is growth. Even celebrities began reposting her video. Keke. Palmer shared it with the caption, "This mama said not today. We stan a queen who fights for her child." Megan Good dropped a comment, sending strength and prayers. "Keep pushing, sis. Chance." The rapper retweeted her and added, "Parenting isn't easy, but it's powerful. Keep your head up." Suddenly, Chrisean Rock was no longer just a trending topic. She was a symbol of resilience. The internet that once mocked her was now protecting her. But Chrisean didn't stop there. With the second opinion secured and a new treatment plan in motion, she made another announcement, one that showed just how serious she was about her new chapter. "I'm moving to New York permanently. JR's new team is here. His future is here. I'm doing what's best for him." Fans were stunned, but supportive. That's what real mothers do. She dropped everything for her son. This is the Chrisean we always knew was there. And as she packed up her LA life, Chrisean began documenting the journey, not for clout, but for transparency. She showed herself organizing JR's new medicine cabinet. She posted updates from his first therapy session at the new clinic. She uploaded quiet moments of her singing lullabies while rocking him to sleep. And then came the post that truly broke the internet. A short clip, no music, no captions. Just Junior, sitting upright for the first time on his own, reaching for Ku. Chrisean's hand, he sat up by himself today. She whispered off camera. He's trying, he is really trying. The video hit 8 million views in 24 hours. Tears, reactions, duets, thousands of mothers posting their own kids' milestones. Thanking Chrisean for sharing something so real in a world full of filters. And fake perfection. Then came her most powerful move yet. Chrisean announced the official launch of Hope for Junior, a nonprofit initiative that will partner with clinics and therapists to provide early diagnosis resources, therapy access, and parent coaching to underrepresented families in the Black and Brown community. The goal: provide subsidized therapy for low-income families, offer transportation and housing for parents needing out-of-state treatment, create mentorship programs between experienced parents and new moms facing diagnoses, and build a digital support hub for mental health care for parents within 72 hours of launching. The foundation had already raised $300,000. I can't just help Junior, I gotta help all the babies like him, Chrisean said in a tearful announcement video. Because of this pain, it doesn't go away. But if I can make it easier for someone else, that's my purpose now. And just like that, the girl once mocked for being out of control, dramatic, unstable, was now the one changing lives. JR's journey was never going to be easy. There will be ups. There will be downs. But he has something that many kids in his situation don't. A mother who refuses to give up. And even if Blueface never shows up, even if the world tries to write her off again, one thing is clear. Chrisean Rock is a mother before she is anything else. And Junior, he's not just a baby with a diagnosis. He's a symbol of strength, growth, and transformation. He's a reason to believe that the past doesn't define the future. Fight does. This story wasn't about gossip or headlines. It was about real pain, real love, and the fight of a mother who refused to back down. Chrisean Rock has shown us what true strength looks like in the face of fear. And baby Junior has reminded us all that every life, no matter the diagnosis, is worth fighting for. If this story moved you even a little, take a second to drop a comment below. Send your love, your prayers, or share your own journey if you've ever faced something similar. Chrisean's not alone, and neither are you. Hit that like button if you're rooting for JR's healing and Chrisean's transformation. And subscribe to Celebrity Trap for more powerful stories that go beyond the mess and into the meaning. These aren't just headlines, they're real lives, real struggles, and real comebacks. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell, because JR's journey is far from over. The next chapter could bring even more breakthroughs, and you won't want to miss a moment of it. From all of us here, we're standing with you, Chrisean. And Junior, we see you, little king.